time now for Truth or Fake, our daily fact-checking segment. I'm joined here by Kathleen Marchand-Dabreux. Hello, Kathleen. Welcome. It's good to see you. Today, how is China distracting Twitter users from finding information on protests?
As protests spread in China over the country's strict COVID restrictions, censorship on protests seem to have spread to Twitter as well. Since November 27th, anyone searching for tweets to find information about protests will find a page full of dating spam. If you go on Twitter and you type these location tags right here of major Chinese cities, like for instance, right here we typed Beijing in Chinese, you will encounter this type of dating spam right here that can clog up your Twitter stream. You can try this for yourself at home. You'll have the same results. These suggestive pictures of women invading your feed, inviting you to contact them or date them with the hashtag of these major Chinese cities in order to distract from images of the protests. Fraser?
Date them or just look for Pokemon, as some of those seem to be looking for. Where does all this spam come from then, Catalina?
The France 24 Observers team analyzed these posts that continue to flood Twitter feeds today. We have this post from just 6:43 p.m. Paris time today that reads, "I'm single, can I get a husband?" on Twitter. So as you can see, these tweets have been posted every couple of seconds on Twitter from hundreds of different Twitter accounts that were created in the past 2 months. We have some examples right here of these accounts with little to no followers, as you can see, which is with also with little to no engagement, which is a common sign that these are fake accounts on Twitter. Benjamin Strick, who is a digital investigator, looked into this spam more into detail. He collected more than 3,000 of these tweets and spam and found that in only 20 minutes, almost 2,000 of these tweets had been uploaded on Twitter. So this is major, and almost most of these tweets had this text, for instance, as we showed, "I'm single, can I get a husband?" on Twitter. These tweets had other odd phrases, as you pointed out, Fraser, like phrases that appear to mention Pokemon, as the first tweet we showed earlier, what that says, "Do you like my Pokemon?" with this suggestive picture of this woman. So more tweets like this as well. Overwhelmingly, he found that had these type of odd captions on Twitter. So a method of distraction to distract away from videos of protesters in China. So experts do suspect that the Chinese government could be involved with these tweets, but there's no evidence to show any direct link. Hopefully, Twitter will be able to mitigate this spam. Fraser?
It's certainly a bizarre, multi-pronged attack there, isn't it? Whoever's doing this. Was this the only case of possible protest censorship in China?
There are other reports of protest censorship on Chinese social media. Melissa Chen, who is a Singaporean journalist, reported that Chinese social media users are complaining about the China-made Huawei phones automatically deleting videos of the protests that took place in China without notifying the owners of deleting these photos in their photo gallery. So she also posted this video right here where you can see the photo gallery of some of these users that can no longer find or download videos or photos that they took of the protests in China. As she says, a sci-fi movie cannot have imagined this level of dystopia. If we pause it right here, we could see that this user, for example, can't find these images that they took of the protests in China. However, the France 24 Observers team couldn't independently verify these claims, but this possibility wouldn't come as a surprise. Fraser?
Certainly interesting, and we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll let you know if I find any Pokemon on my Twitter searches there for you, Gasolina. Gasolina, thank you so much for joining us there with Truth or Fake.